The New York Times actually tries to fight against this to some extent. I think we've all lost patience with letting politicians' own words, allowing politicians' words to breathe a bit more. I don't just mean on specialist cable TV like C-SPAN, which some people watch but not many. I mean in mainstream news, in TV news, on the front page of newspapers, on news websites, to let what politicians say give it a bit more space. Because the danger is if you only quote fragments, you encourage politicians to speak in fragments. We're at a moment where it's all in the balance, really. I mean, I think politicians are trying to understand what's happened. In many countries, politicians are scratching their heads and trying to work out why people don't believe them anymore. So the politicians are trying to learn. I think journalists are now also trying to ask themselves, how can we cover events more faithfully? Rhetoricians, you know, people who study public language, often emphasize that it's not just about the speaker, it's about the audience, and it's not just what the speaker says, it's what the audience actually hear. And a great speaker is partly great because they listen to their audience. Because it costs money to make news. Journalists have to be paid. We need cameras, we need equipment, and making digital products is expensive. I mean, nobody thinks that the physical New York Times should be given away for nothing. Everyone knows that a newspaper costs something to make. The same is true of the website. The fact that it's presented virtually doesn't mean it doesn't cost anything. And people understand that Game of Thrones, although Game of Thrones is a television program and you get it through your TV screen, it costs a lot of money to make that, and you're going to have to pay. You're going to have a subscription to HBO. So I don't think I think the weird thing was the idea for about 20 years people had that in digital news could be free. That's the strange idea, I think. The New York Times will be printed for at least another 10 years. At least another 10 years. It is. People love the product, but digital is very convenient. It's also cheaper and probably actually better for the environment in the end. We love our digital product. It's a great platform, but our plan is to make sure there's a really strong New York Times even when there isn't a physical newspaper.